Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to look at Bitcoin and just Bitcoin since we've started to break down from that short signal that's generated about 11 days ago now. So we've been waiting a little while. Yesterday was so boring until it started to happen. Now I did leave a doomsday message on my Telegram that seemed to have seemed to just come just before we started to pull back, and I was warning about what could be a significant low. And also, by the way, there's something floating above my head. I've made the official partner of the channel. There was no money exchanged, I have to say, so it's not a sponsor. So there's no need for that to say that. But yeah, they are now an official partner, and all they've done really is just upgraded my account. So that's all I got from them. But it makes sense because I've been recently talking about a variety of different ways and platforms to buy, hold and stake for the long term, which is what we should be focused on as we move into this last stage of the bear market, and SwissBorg was one of those that I was talking about on the weekend. So it made sense. You know, I don't really like to make videos or do anything or shill anything that I don't use myself, so I agreed. I agreed. But like I say, no money was exchanged hands, so they're not a sponsor, it's a partner. I'm not really sure what the differences are really, but yeah, they didn't give me any money, let's face it. Right, so that is that. Bitcoin on the short-term time frames. We alluded that in the short term we would likely see some form of double bottom form on the market, on Bitcoin. That's backed up by this 4-hourly bullish divergence and this sort of $18,500 zone. Now you can get these sort of things if for whatever reason demand comes back into the crypto market, which I'm not really sure it's going to right now, but if it were to, then yeah, double bottom could easily form around here and that would be it. We're basing this on a 4-hourly, so it's not very strong to expect a turnaround based on just some 4-hourly bullish divergence. I think the best thing you could look for really as a result of what we're seeing here, which is decent, you know, decent for a scalpy opportunity, would be either this double bottom form more or less where we hit already, 18,500. Seems as though there's been a bit of a buy wall there. Round numbers, basically, ever so slightly front run round numbers. But I personally would have targeted areas of around 18,200. But yeah, we might see that later on today. We may or may not. And then, like I say, the best thing we'd be looking for is that bullish divergence to play out and form what I would call a bearish retest of the 200 exponential. So if that was to come all the way down to the bottom level of support, which in my opinion is 18,200, then fine, that would be 17% as of right now. This is a descending trend line, so it's going to get lower and lower with every 4-hourly closure. From the 18,500 be 14. The chances are is that it'll be around 10 if it were to happen, because it doesn't necessarily have to happen today, but over the course of this week we might see ourselves get what's known as a bearish retest. Now it doesn't have to come up to that 200 exponential, absolutely not. We can see the 50 exponential has been a bit of a pain in the ass as well, so bang bang there, bang bang there, and so you could even just be looking for us to retest just lower than the at the moment 19,800. The overall impression I have with this is that we've had a formation breakdown, which is this ascending channel that was brewing up here, broken down from that, and so obviously that is a bearish formation in itself. We've broken down from there. We had the short signal on the daily, and that's playing out. As far as I'm concerned, it plays out to the next level of support. Maybe that was it, but I find it unlikely that was it, considering that the Ichimoku cloud normally gives a bit more of a powerful signal, and this is a trending move. This is not a uptrend. This is a downtrending move. So I would expect it to be a bit more powerful than what we just saw yesterday. I would be looking for lower on this over time anyway. We're below all major moving averages on the daily, and so yeah, I would be looking for that 18,000 to break and incrementally start to take out some of these zones that we've had on the cards. You know, these levels on the table that we've had for quite a while. So the first one of significance, I would say, being around about 16. We'll have to go back in time to really see why that's it's not even a big deal, but why it's relevant. So we had this big move up here as we tried to approach our previous all-time high. Big breakdown to 16, matched these tops and these bottoms. It also goes back to where we sort of danced around these levels as well, so 16,000. I think it's a bit of a non-area really, but it's likely to see some kind of bouncy reaction. Outside of that, down to the previous all-time high, thereabouts between 14,000 15,000. But really, if we start to sail down into the teens, I would personally be waiting to see if we do manage to capitulate properly and get ourselves down into the $12,000 zone. And that's where I'd encourage, well, myself, I'm going to encourage you lot to buy into Rect City, but to start to think about your long-term strategy, which is the buy, hold, stake situation, investment rather than trading. It's going to be difficult to trade that particular environment because it's just going to be a huge crashing crunch, and probably oversold would be the right term for it, to be honest with you. But as in like value for money, for a long-term projection. But yeah, I mean, it's going to take some balls to buy that dip. It'll be similar to what happened in March in 2020, really, with the old pandemic beginnings of that. So I didn't obviously buy this. I took one look at it and was like, oh my god, what does that mean? I didn't buy back until it started to recover, and I had some kind of feelings of security that it will actually work out in the end, but at the time it's one of those moments that you wait for, and then when it comes, you look at it and go, I don't know. So yeah, it's up to you guys what you do. But personally, as you all know, I'm sitting out this market, not particularly interested in trading this month or maybe even next month until we establish either a new range, which is an obvious range, which I think is going to be from a lower zone, or we finally do capitulate to a large extent and we get to pick up at some significant levels. Altcoins obviously at a very, very fragile area, with Bitcoin dominance being lower than 40%, always ended in catastrophe for altcoins. And the Ethereum merge is a bit of a non-event for me. Is it a buy the rumor, sell the news? Is it a sell the rumor, buy the news? Or is it just absolutely nothing and means nothing? I don't know. But for me, I would class it as a black swan in itself, a potential black swan, because no one knows what the repercussions of that is actually going to be. Nobody has a real clue. It's just pure speculation. And considering that Ethereum supports probably about 40% of all the altcoin market cap, I don't particularly want to be hanging around while they make an enormous switch of their tech. So I'm not really going to be looking to trade or hold anything outside of things that I've had for a very long time from significantly low prices. So yeah, that is that. I'm very much not fearing the market. The market is the market. It's nothing to fear. I'm excited for the market to discover a new low because it's, like I say, buy, hold, stake, invest time. Over a 2 to 3 year period. It's these sort of moments that we sit around and wait for. So I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching, guys. Check out SwissBorg if you want to. There is an offer, which is if you deposit $50, you get a ticket which could award you up to $100 or euros, same thing really, worth of their native token. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day and take it easy.